Inspired by ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com's Nostalgia Critic, and not having much of an original mind, I decided to copy the Nostalgia Critic. But instead of reviewing old movies from the late 80s and early 90s, I'd review old black and white movies as the Old-Timey Nostalgia Critic. Hi, I'm the Old-Timey Nostalgia Critic, and I remember it because it happened before you were born. Today's movie is the 1941 film Topper Returns, about a man who sees ghosts. It's kind of like Ghost Whisperer, but without all the cleavage. So yeah, it's gonna suck. Characters created by the late Thorne Smith? Why mention he's dead? Did they do that with Shakespeare's work too? Anyway, the movie starts off with Johnny Cash here shooting at a cab with like 2 female leads in it. Hitting the cab, he almost sends it off a cliff that looks to be only 3 feet high. As the taxi driver helps Thelma and Louise here get out of the cab, the shooter leaves. Why? I guess he thought shooting and killing them now was a bit too obvious for him. Yeah, I don't get it either.
There you are.
What did we hit?
Oh, nothing. We had a blowout.
Wow, what an outfit she has on. Forget SpongeBob SquarePants, she's shoulder pad square boobs. I mean, look at that outfit. What the heck's up with it? It looks like it's staring at me. I better stare back. I think it's trying to hypnotize me. Hello. Ah! Hello. How are you today? Good. And how are you? I'm good too, thanks. My, what big eyes you have. The better to see you with. My, what big shoulder pads you have. Yeah, I know. It's what's in fashion now. Interesting. Have you heard the word of our Lord? No. Yeah, me either. So, go on with your review. Okay, Mr. Jacket.
I'll be back in a flash with a tow car. Why, it's as simple as falling off a log.
So the taxi driver heads off to get help as the girls try to get to Carrington Hall on their own merits. Wow, this movie has more car crashes than an episode of Dukes of Hazzard, but is way less action-packed. So, not being able to rely on their sex appeal, our 2 heroines use a more direct approach in stopping the next car, which happens to be occupied by our title character and his chauffeur, who reluctantly give the girls a ride to their destination.
Oh, look, someone's waving to us. It's a lady.
It's worse than that, boss. It's Mrs. Topper.
And of course, Mr. Topper, worrying his wife will see him with another woman, decides to hide by burying his face in one of the girls' chests. And hey, why not? That's where I like to hide when I play hide and go seek. Now close your eyes and count to 10, and I'll hide. They'll never find me here. So anyway, they go to Carrington Hall and drop off the girls. And yes, he just leaves them there, not knowing if the girls will be safe.
Bye.
Good evening.
Why don't you knock before you come out?
I'm the butler.
And I'm the butler's butler. So the girls are shown into the mansion where they meet some of the soon-to-be murder suspects, such as the housekeeper, who looks a lot like a Romulan transsexual, and they also meet the stereotypical suspicious doctor.
I'll be as brief as possible. Your father's far from being a well man, Miss Carrington.
Yes, I know.
Seeing you for the first time may be something of a shock to him.
Is he reading her face?
He's been looking forward to your arrival with great eagerness.
Wait, he's checking out her breast. He can't stop looking at her chest. No, wait, he's staring at her jacket. It's hypnotizing him. Look away, the jacket is evil. No, I'm not. I'm just misunderstood. Oh, still, stop trying to hypnotize people. Sorry. And then the one girl, Anne, is shown into a room and introduced to her father, who she has never met before, because it was her dead mother's wish she be brought up in the Far East, and her father is too ill to have traveled there and visited her. And this is what I hate about these old black and white films. I can't tell if her being raised in the Far East and never having met her father is normal practice for that time, or if it's just plot convenience, or if it's an actual clue to the movie.
On the terms of your mother's will, everything belongs to you after tomorrow.
You've talked enough, Mr. Carrington. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we mustn't tire your father.
Oh yeah, 'cause sitting and talking can sure take the breath out of you. Ha! Ha! Then the housekeeper proceeds to lead Anne to her sleeping quarters, when suddenly the chandelier falls and almost kills her.
Anne! Anne, are you hurt? Oh, no, I'm all right.
Anne! What on earth happened?
Well, I don't know.
That was rather a close call.
Close. 6 more inches and we'd all be singing Annie doesn't live here anymore.
What? If your friend died, you burst into song? That's messed up.
Annie doesn't live here anymore.
Gee, if she got a terminal illness, would you play a drum solo? So the girls are led upstairs and shown to their bedrooms.
What's that sound?
It's the ocean, dumbass.
It's the waves. Angry waves. Day after day, night after night, they beat with savage fury against the black rocks below. For 20 years they've been calling, calling, calling to someone who never answers.
Did she just ask that lame question to set up that lady's long speech? Jeez, this movie doesn't set up its comedy, but it goes all out for its lame dramatics.
Why, it's as simple as falling off a log.
Emily, remind me to send this coat back. It doesn't keep me warm at all.
Mrs. Topper, you haven't got it on.
Gosh, this movie has a lot of lame jokes. What, did a kid write it? Oh no, wait, a dead man did. The joke's killed, but not in the good way. So the girls get ready to go to bed. And because the plot wouldn't have it any other way, the girls switch rooms. Which of course brings us to nighttime, as the Phantom Blot here sneaks into Anne's room, unaware that Gail is sleeping there now, and proceeds to, open the window. And then wait for a breeze to make Anne, but actually Gail, get chilly so that Anne, actually Gail, has to get out of bed and go and close the window. Which in turn allows Darkman here to kill her as he heads back to bed. Seems like he could have just killed her as she slept. Why go to such an elaborate thing just to stab her? What would he have done if she didn't get up to close the window? Would he have waited there all night? 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around, 98 bottles of beer on the wall. 3 bottles of beer on the wall, 3 bottles of beer. Jeepers! Wake up already!